Oof, 8 inches. That's what she said.
I thought I was supposed to talk first. Welcome back, universe, to bonus episode 20, first ever 20th bonus episode, and we are back again with Alex and Erika.
Bree Soccer.
Yep.
Coming to you at a time from a place.
What place?
Mix it up.
Where were we at?
We're in my attic.
Come on. We got a name for this place.
Highland Tower in Cedarburg, Wisconsin.
All right. Should I kill the music? I'm in charge of the music now, universe, so.
Sweet.
There we go. Okay, we'll kill
rock?
it. All right. We got, guess what's coming up? President's Day.
Yes.
We got some.
Are you guys off work on President's Day?
We are. That's why we're here until tomorrow.
All right.
The long drive.
All right, President's Day. I got some facts for you. We got 2 fact lists that I want to get
I
through.
thought you were going to say we got 2 facts.
All right. What's the deal with George Washington's wooden teeth? Research performed on a set of Washington's dentures in 2005 showed that they were made of gold, ivory, lead, and human and animal teeth.
Sweet.
Not wood.
Not wood.
So take a bigger man's teeth and whittle them down.
And stick some lead in there, because that's
Lead
a good
is
idea.
always good to put in your mouth.
Definitely.
Lead makes people happy.
It so can.
Yeah.
And dumb. Very dumb.
Ignorance is bliss.
There you go.
I would not have a job if that was the case.
All right, so President's Day is Monday. This will be released.
The day after President's Day.
No, this is the bonus. This is going to be way after.
Oh, yeah. These will be
Friday.
retroactive facts. Oh, well.
You know what? Whatever.
It's time to learn
right.
something.
Did you know that the cherry tree story isn't real? Or maybe it is?
I know that it's pretty much not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
exactly.
what happened to It Depends?
Well, as a history
Okay, I
professor,
wasn't there.
how would you prove that happened? Would you try to find if there was a record of there being a tree at one point and now there is no tree? Would you look up to see if people wrote about it happening?
Here it is.
I
Okay,
would say
I got
that.
it right here. Okay, the story of Washington chopping down a tree and confessing to his father was in an early biography of Washington written by Parson Mason Locke. Weems. After Washington's passing, Weems is known as a teller of tall tales, so most people today consider the tree tale a fable. But there was no known eyewitnesses either way. In other words, if Washington cut down a cherry tree in a forest, did it make a sound?
I think it's kind of irrelevant if it actually existed.
Yeah.
It depends.
It depends.
Depends.
But also the story was something that circulated and became really, really important. It was sort of the let them eat cake
So the
moment.
story
except in a
is the
not
story.
In a bad way. The
Yeah.
story is the story.
History.
Yes, it is.
Historiography, bitches.
Actually, I can say
That's right.
Washington was the richest president ever. Research from the website Wall Street 24/7 in 2010 listed Washington as the most wealthy president of all time, based on what his assets would be worth today, more than $500 million. Washington had significant land holdings and at least 800 slaves, but he also had some debt problems during his lifetime.
Much like the U.S. government.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's rich. We owe a lot of money, and there may be some slavery in there.
Only
Sounds about
800.
There you go.
About right.
Did
It's very
Washington?
nice slavery. Though. Very nice.
A good master.
Yeah, good massa. Good massa.
Where do you think he got his teeth from?
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Man, I'm really liking your left lateral incisor. I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, exactly. I just might need that.
I just might need that. Okay.
I got some meat that needs ripping.
Uh-oh, Tom is caught up in
It's got me.
microphone cords.
No, son of a bitch.
It's those booties you're wearing.
Well, I'm going to a bonfire later, and we're gonna be standing in the snow. So, I dress. I don't dress
weather.
pretty. I dress for the weather. All right. Did Washington really fire Aaron Burr during the Revolutionary War? The story goes that General Washington caught a nosy Aaron Burr looking through his personal papers, then had Burr transferred. Burr was appointed as an aide to Washington after showing heroism in the Battle of Quebec or Quebec?
Quebec.
Quebec. After the transfer.
By the way, it's a fucking disaster.
After the transfer, Burr showed more heroism until he was reassigned from the army in 1779. Washington favored another one of his young aides, Alexander Hamilton. Oh, didn't they have a coif?
Just a slight
needed-
one
I believe it was a
Washington-
musical.
with choreography.
Well, yeah, one of the things I always think is funny about the Revolutionary War is they did invite Canada to get in on the action.
Yeah.
And all of the French-Canadian Catholics looked at the American Protestants English. We're like, yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, and then they watch the French
Tiptoeing
crown
the line there, dude.
totally bankrupt itself.
Well, it's just funny because like you'd think they would all be like, yeah, let's throw off the shackles of the British, and they're like we view ourselves as French. We are Catholic. You are Protestant. We are so different. No,
And we're better than you.
yeah.
They're Canadian. I get it.
All right.
They were a peace-loving people.
Did Washington have to die when he did? On December 13th, 1799,
It's the Final Destination movie.
the 67-year-old Washington came down with a cold.
He's still alive in Brazil.
Yeah. Hanging out with Hitler, just
And the
high-fiving.
aliens. Yeah. The first fascist.
Oh my God, he came down with a cold and a sore throat. He was dead within 48 hours. Nice immune system there, buddy.
It may have been all that lead.
Different era
Yeah.
back then.
One modern theory is that Washington had acute epiglottis,
What did he die at the ripe old age of 16?
a painful condition caused by bacterial infection that blocked his throat's airway. His doctor also bled Washington heavily, which didn't help matters. I can't believe they used to just, you got bad blood, man. We got to take it out of you.
They would come up with a jar of leeches.
You,
Yeah.
sir, are swollen with blood. Gotta go.
That's why that tiger bit Roy.
Oh,
I was trying to help Roy, man. He had way too much blood.
yeah.
You look
exactly.
pretty swollen. I'm just saying.
Just saying, I'm going to bite your neck for a little bit. Medical reasons.
Love you, man.
Okay, technically Washington didn't retire after he was president. He came out of retirement like a wrestler in 1798 when war with France was a possibility. President John Adams asked Washington to take command of the nation's military and put together a force to fight the French. The following fall, Washington retired again to private life after the situation calmed the fuck down.
There you go. That's an official term, too.
Yep, calm the fuck down. Was Washington really a moonshiner? Washington made a style of whiskey we would consider moonshine today, except that he paid taxes and had a license, so we would consider him a distiller, since moonshiners do not pay taxes. At one time, Washington's distillery produced 11,000 gallons of whiskey in 1 year. As president, Washington sent military forces to western Pennsylvania to end the Whiskey Rebellion when farmers refused to pay excise taxes.
Now, in this part of the country, it's not hard to get your hands on moonshine. Can you guys get your hands on moonshine out east?
Yes.
You got a
sure we
moonshine guy?
can.
No one's ever
No.
offered you a mason jar?
No.
Okay.
Actually, they
Oh,
sell
shit,
it in the
yeah.
liquor
They
store.
actually sell it in the liquor
Well,
store.
that's not
No,
moonshine.
somebody. Where
Yeah,
were
that's
we that
distillery.
somebody gave us a
We were just at a person's house
Like
who
a
had
rinsed
apple
out
cider
milk
who
carton.
actually had moonshine?
moonshine. So
Yeah.
we tasted it. It was
Okay, so they
tasty.
do that out east.
They do.
Yeah,
They
okay.
do. They do a lot of things.
We were
out east.
warned about it before we drank it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got to be.
Yeah.
Is the apple pie we make technically moonshine?
No, because we use all legal products.
No, because the authorities are
we
listening.
don't make mash. We don't make mash and distill it. We use stuff we
That
buy
shit
from
is
the
good.
store.
Yeah.
We just stir it up.
Yeah, we just stir it up and heat it. That's okay.
Yeah.
And what's the deal with George growing hemp? Like other farmers, Washington grew hemp as a cash crop, but it's not
Far
what you
out.
think. The hemp wasn't smoked for pleasure. It was used to make rope, paper, and other products. Washington also grew corn and wheat. He was actually quite an agricultural innovator. He introduced the concept of crop rotation.
There you go.
Boom!
America.
America!
He'd smoke 3 feet of rope a day.
It's the way the founding fathers would have wanted.
Yeah.
Jefferson did grew hemp too.
I wonder who
They all
had more
did.
slaves, Jefferson or Washington.
Probably Jefferson.
All right.
He also had a family
Jefferson
with
made
him.
slaves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He was an active
He
participant.
couldn't buy them fast enough. He had to just make them himself.
Eesh.
Ugh. Hey, we didn't do it. He did. We're
Yeah,
just
I'm-
saying it.
I'm from Poland, you motherfuckers. My family got here in 1900. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it was about 1900 too. So,
Crap.
All right.
People were here sooner. Oh,
what's
well.
the story about Washington and mules? Uh-oh.
He was drunk. And he was
drunk.
drunk.
There were no cameras.
Wait, what?
Washington, the farmer, introduced the mule to America when he bred donkeys from the King of Spain and the Marquis de Lafayette with his own horses. He had 57 mules at Mount Vernon at the time of his death. Mules.
Mule?
That's a sucker's investment.
That is.
Because you can't make more mules.
Not with
You can only
mules.
make mules with donkeys and horses.
Yep.
All right.
But he
That's
made
like-
money off the show of
That's
them
planned obsolescence right there.
And that's the true gift that Washington gave us. Thanks, iPhone.
The Donkey Show.
Oh, God. That's not where I was taking that. Yeesh.
Listen, I'm getting a little broke. You guys want to see something cool?
Oh.
Bring me one of those 800 slaves.
Oh, man, oh, man.
We're doing a Donkey Show.
Gross.
All right, we're getting out to... I didn't do it. He did. He's on money. I'm not. Were there any George haters when he was president? Thomas Paine, the
Sure.
writer of Common Sense, wrote Washington in 1796 and said he prayed for Washington's death. 20 years earlier, Washington had read Paine's writings to his troops as they ready for battle. Thomas Jefferson also criticized Washington publicly in a political war of words. He thinks 800 slaves is a lot. That guy can't hold my jockstrapping slaves.
So there's nothing more American than hating on the president.
Yep.
They got in a fight. They got in a fight over the plans for the White House.
In turn, Martha Washington hated Jefferson. You hate my husband, I hate you.
I hate you, bitch.
The British weren't fond of Washington, but in a 2012 poll in Great Britain, General Washington was voted as the greatest military enemy to face the empire, beating out Napoleon and
Wow.
German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel.
When you look at Washington's record, he lost a lot.
He
of
lost
battles.
more than he won.
Yes.
I would say his great skill was retreating really effectively.
And then not effectively.
Crossing the Delaware
That's
was him
true.
getting out of Dodge.
No,
Yeah,
he
you
was
know.
going to attack.
No, he was getting out of there. He's
He
like,
was
we're
going to
surrounded.
attack.
Fuck, we're leaving. We're
No,
leaving.
there were
That was
three.
to cross to go attack the Hessians,
Yeah, he was attacking the Hessians.
I think.
I'm sure he was running away from someone else at the time.
That could be, but
That's fair.
there were
Maybe
three
the
boats
slave
that
he
went
took the
across,
teeth
and the
from.
two other boats bailed, and the Hessians were all
Well.
drunk and fucked up, and Washington barely had to fire a shot.
And-
The joke I heard was that George Washington could pull an army out of hell before the devil knew he was there. Or
All
something.
right.
That's some good retreating skills.
All right,
Indeed.
Mark, you got a couple more questions? Then I got kind of a
Sure.
fun game
On the note
here.
of the devil,
Mark, you are just the line man.
I hear you partake in haunted houses in the Halloween season.
haunted houses.
I watch. I don't partake. If that's,
Well, what? How are you involved? I've
I-
been told you are involved.
He takes a house, he kills a bunch of people. In it. It becomes haunted.
No sage ceremony.
I have been the assistant caretaker at a haunted mansion during ghost hunts.
Ooh, did you see shit?
You know, I expected to see more, but it was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever-
Surprisingly, I've done it twice now. The spiritual activity reduced dramatically the second time when they had actually fixed up the house and you couldn't feel the wind blow through
So
the
this
house.
is a proper haunted house, not a Halloween scare.
I think
house.
they
No,
meant
it
when
is-
you
it
were
is-
Captain Spaulding.
Yeah. Oh, no, you were talking about when I was...
I've been
Captain
told both. I have that / ghost hunting. is
Oh,
what
yeah.
Susan
So
kind
that's
of-
the ghost hunting
Yes.
one, right? So that is, yes, that's the real haunted house. That's S.K. Pierce
In Gardner, Massachusetts.
in Gardner, Massachusetts.
Ghost hunters went there.
And then, yes, over Halloween, I do dress up as various different things.
So you make money on both
Scare
sides
the
of the
crap out of
scaring game.
I actually don't make money out of either side of it. But yeah. Somebody's profiting off of it. I just get to watch.
So are
and
you
fuck with
a
people.
paranormal enthusiast?
It's neat to watch.
Okay.
Right. It's the first time that we did it. It was the mansion is 1, 2, 3, 4 floors. And the way that they had it was in the basement, which was creepy by itself, was a guy who had all the, did the very, scientific way to do it and things like that. And
The electromagnetic field generators. and all that kind of crap.
Had the flashy lights.
Yeah.
thing.
Ooh, the blinky light. Oh, that means ghosts.
Yeah.
That means science. That's science right there.
And then on the second floor was the psychics, who of course talked to everybody about everything at all the times. And then in the attic was these two guys, and I shit you not, they just had an app on their phone and we're just walking around
Ghost
clearly-
hunting app.
Yeah, it's a ghost hunting app. So
Gosh.
We should download that.
yeah.
We're in an attic. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
All right.
So they didn't find anything.
Oh.
So
Well, then you know the app's working.
right.
Right.
It's the greatest app ever. It costs like $15 too.
You gotta. Oh,
What?
Like, it was,
I don't pay for apps.
Legit. Yeah.
oh,
Heck
wow.
no. So you also work in Halloween scare 'em houses?
Yes. Not scare 'em houses, but it's outside. It's little children. They get to watch me chase them with
Rebar.
Yeah, I had the rebarb. Josh had the chainsaw. It was great.
So are you dressing up as beloved Halloween characters? or...
I look shockingly like Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, I say that, and then they go, "Yeah, I can see that." Yeah. Yeah. So that makes an appearance at least once a year.
All right.
So last time I was the butcher, so I had children who were locked up in cages and hit them with.
But back
rebar.
to Halloween stuff.
Y'all right over there?
And one of them was our son who was screaming.
I was about
like,
to ask.
"Let me out."
Do
Yeah.
your kids get involved?
Yes, Kale does. Annika, the
Shut up and do your Holocaust report. When you're finished,
Pretty
you can
much.
get out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. The oldest one does. He's done a couple of different things at it, not just sort of been locked in a cage. The smallest one, who's 3, we have walked through with her, and she did good the first year that I did it, and then was not so good the next year that I did it, and then yeah, does not like it when I come home and am covered in blood.
Mm-mm.
So how did she react the first time?
Oh,
High
she thought
fives.
high fives all
Did
the
she
way through.
recognize you?
Every
No.
single actor that was there, like she would
High-five the
identify them.
zombies.
She high-fived the zombies.
Oh,
she
yeah.
So you think it just didn't register the fear?
yeah.
It's just, oh, look, it's people. Hi, people.
And
Yeah.
And now this year, it's
Look,
like,
you're bloody people.
I just
Hi,
want to be a
people.
butterfly princess. Okay.
Josh, turn off the chainsaw. I can't hear.
I think the 37-year-old men have way more fun with the haunted house than
Look.
the teenagers do.
Only like 3 or 4 people wet themselves a year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Actually, really do.
Yeah.
Not just pregnant women.
No.
Not even.
I would
not
go
a-
after the pregnant
Oh,
women
no.
to try to get
Did
them.
you get someone's shit
I wouldn't let
themselves?
pregnant women in.
The best that we've had was they're great. They're high school students who like look at it and they're like, we can handle it. Like are trying to like be hard and get through it. Like, and then they're like, they like freeze and like get halfway through and just stop. And they know that they can't go forward anymore because they know that bad shit's coming forward. So what they do is they send me around to get behind them and scare them forward.
Corral them.
Yeah.
Like pushing deer.
That's terrible.
You got-
Yeah, that's really what it is.
The worst experience I ever had is I like to be I'm not a fan of being scared in haunted houses.
Me.
I like to try to be in the middle. 'Cause,
Yep.
You know, people like to sneak around like you and fuck with the people in the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people fuck with the people in the front. But
Yep.
if you're in the middle, you're kind of sandwiched.
See, and
So they split us apart into 2 groups in the middle of the tour, and I was then in the front.
Oh, that's not okay.
See-
I went from the middle to the front.
What were you with Ian?
No.
The Jew.
what we did at one
It
point
sucked.
was we would send one of the kids around who wasn't dressed up at the time.
Yeah.
We would release him from his cage. And he would get in line and then go with a group of people. And then when that group would get in a little bit, we'd run up behind him and grab him and drag him out while he was screaming at the rest of the group.
So the groups aren't necessarily, they don't all necessarily know each other.
No.
You can work plants in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Confederates, they call that, Mark.
Well, I do declare.
Look at you and your word a day calendar.
There we go. Hey, I'm a psych major. I know
There you go.
Confederates.
Yeah.
Joji, your game?
I think if we got to cut it off real quick, I'm going to save this game also. And Mark, maybe we should just do some quick would you rathers.
Sure. So sometimes to fill time when
Because this game's a little
guests
longer.
aren't pulling
Yeah,
their
I don't
weight. No, I'm kidding.
You calling me
Actually,
fat?
I believe, I think Bobby got me this game.
Probably. Yeah.
So, would you rather read 2 scenarios and we just talk it out like a bunch of people?
Would you rather is fun.
A bunch of
It's
confused.
Would
a good
you
for sure.
rather dive from 20 feet high into 6 feet of water or 40 feet into 10 feet of water? So dive 20 feet down into a 6-foot pool or 40 feet down into a 10-foot pool. I'd do the 40 and 10.
40, yeah.
40 and 10.
I think I
yeah.
could pull off the 6-foot, but I think it's too risky. You might hurt yourself.
I wouldn't go head first either way.
I would, but I would do the whole arc thing.
I was a lifeguard. That's no bueno. Don't do
6
that.
feet of water is
Not much.
That's not much.
No.
You have to be
Do
real talented to be able to not.
Yeah, I think safety reasons. I don't want to get
Just
up 40
cannonball.
feet high.
Just just can't.
Yeah.
Well, what's the
Yeah.
highest high dive board thing that you would see at a public pool? Because they used to go to one, I think it was in Brown Deer, where it was really freaking high. I loved it, but it was really high.
We used to have, when I worked at the Hartford pool in Wisconsin, in Wisconsin.
Well, there's
Anyway.
more
There's
Hartford.
Hartford,
That's
Connecticut.
true. Connecticut, and we hate driving through it.
Oh, it's horrible.
No, but they used to have a high dive before I worked there when I was a kid, and I'm trying to think of how tall it was. I think it was 3 meters, so that's like, what, 10 feet?
Oh, Madison in Milwaukee, Madison Park used to have one that was like 30 feet.
Yeah,
And I thought I was going to be a badass the one time, and it was like, oh man,
No,
I
3
kind of
meters
want to
would
you
not
get
be-
up there and you just sort of like,
I don't want to be the douchebag, but you're just standing on the board and it's vibrating already because of you. You're standing still, but the board is going like.
You definitely don't want to belly
Like,
flop
okay.
off of that.
I'm just gonna pencil dive.
Yep,
Just
exactly.
straight up and down, and
Plug your nose.
yeah.
Here's one that's for Tom.
Oh.
Would you rather be able to watch your favorite team in the big game like always, or be prevented from watching or following the big game in any way in exchange for a guaranteed win by your team?
The win
You take the win over the experience of the drama of the game?
Are they going to lose if I watch?
You don't know.
Oh, I'll take the win. I'll take I'll take it for the team.
Being a big Packer fan, I ended up having to work during a lot of games, and it might be, they're playing the so-and-so team, they suck, they're going to win. But then I can't watch the game, and I get updates on my phone or whatever, and it's not the same. I would rather enjoy the drama of the moment than...
I'll rewatch it.
Right.
I'll rewatch it.
So we know Erica's a Broncos fan. What's your favorite football team now that there are no Rams?
yeah.
The St. Louis Rams.
Fuck the
Oh, I
NFL.
love St. Louis.
But they were
Yeah,
never
one of our
your team
favorite
to
towns.
begin with.
Yeah, what? They were not. No. Because it was the Cardinals initially, and then they left.
I mean,
'cause
football.
Fuck the NFL.
Yeah.
And then the Rams came, which made the NFL cool again. And then they left, but fuck the NFL again. So the Browns actually.
Yeah.
So it's great. Don't look at me like that.
The
No,
Browns
we-
need
We
every
have a
fan.
friend who's a Browns fan, and we
Yep.
always
We're going over there tonight. He was on the show, the Jew.
It's
do.
absolutely great, right? They have 16 chances at winning the Super Bowl every season, and they didn't win any, which made them fucking perfect this
If
year.
anything could
Perfect
ever
season.
happen wrong for the Browns, it will happen.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They're
it
up,
will.
They're ahead. They're gonna win. No, they're not. Something stupid's gonna happen. They're gonna lose.
Oh, it's so terrible. It's heartbreaking to watch. I mean, I'm a Browns fan too. Browns, Bears, and Broncos. I don't know why, but it's whatever.
You like bees.
Yeah, but not
The
the,
letter
Bengals
B.
because fuck Cincinnati.
Whoa!
So anyway,
Throwing down. Fuck Cincinnati.
that's right. But it's like the Browns. They actually had a parade this year because
It's
they
not
had a
on.
perfect season, a perfect no-win season.
So do you have a connection to Cleveland?
We lived.
We actually got our PhDs just south of Cleveland in Kent State. So
I'm so sorry.
yeah.
Kent State.
Not because of Kent State, because of Cleveland.
Yeah, that one's also famous for bad things.
No. Cleveland sort of owns the fact that it sucks and is proud of how sucking it is. It's not Detroit.
I was just gonna say it's not Detroit, and that's their
Wow.
catchphrase. At least we're
Detroit's-
not Detroit.
The Lions are doing all right.
Yeah.
but
Do
in
it better
every-
than the Browns.
Well, this is true. This is true. If
Oh.
you,
The fuck is a brown?
it was named for the guy who owned and established the team,
Like the Bills?
That'd be like calling the Bears the Pattons.
or the Hallises.
The Howells Pattons.
No, Cleveland. There was a guy in Cleveland who made a fake Chamber of Commerce video that then got a lot of play and it went viral on YouTube. And he did 2 of them. And at the end, it's just "We're not Detroit." And
The Cleveland sucks things or whatever it was.
Yeah. It's not well. And then there was another one where a guy stood outside Brown Stadium and just yelled at it. That's about right too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got time for one more because we got to
All right,
make
all
it a
right.
shorter bonus.
If you were stranded on a desert island, would you rather have only a television with full satellite programming or share the island with another human being you hate? TV all the way. I wouldn't want to be on an island with someone I like.
Hmm.
Mark, you wouldn't be on an island with me.
Or satellite TV. Bye, Molly.
See ya.
I gotta watch The Wire.
Yeah.
I think I'd be on the island with someone I hate because then at least you can invent. It'll occupy your time. You'll invent ways.
But you hate them.
Like
Right. Invent ways to
Coyote and
torture them.
Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Yes.
No, definitely TV.
No. No, I want to be able to like find a way to just irk them.
Can't
then they
hold
will-
broads,
No.
they're nuts.
I know. Well, it'll take up time.
Just a Tom and Jerry Island.
Yeah, but you got satellite TV, man.
Eh.
You can hate on any show.
To myself.
But
To
no
myself.
one's gonna talk back to you.
On
Right.
satellite
I know,
TV,
it's
can
great.
No. I think she's an idiot for saying that. But if it's rainy, right, you don't have satellite TV. That person to fuck with is always there.
Exactly.
But what if they're bigger? What if it's Andre the Giant? What are you going to do?
What you got against Andre the Giant? I love Andre
First
the
of all,
Giant.
he's
What if
dead,
he's a
so it
dick?
wouldn't be.
What are you going to do? Jump up and slap him in the balls? That's how you're going to
No, but
fuck
see-
with him?
No. It takes planning. It'll be.
Yeah.
What's your plan?
I don't have one yet because it hasn't happened, and it better not. But no, I mean, it would. Then you could be creative.
And the
But your
reality
whole
is,
life is just hate
if it
and
was
fucking
someone
with
I
someone.
hate, odds are I hate them because they resemble me in so many ways, and I don't want to have to come to terms with the fact that I hate myself.
I suspect it would turn into like a hatred of just this is what we do.
Yeah, but then you avoid each other, and now you don't have a TV to.
Well, you don't
Watch.
avoid. Why would you avoid them?
They say love and hate are the two sides of the same coin, so you
Right.
can have sex too.
Oh, well, let's not go that far.
Hate sex.
Ooh, the best kind.
Sorry, Mark. You're there with a dude.
You still have hate
Prison
sex.
gay.
I'm Desert Island gay. Which is old British prison, right? They sent them to Australia
And France,
and France.
Devil's Island.
Also, say the Brits sent prisoners to France.
No, they probably did.
Yeah, Devil's Island was in like
like
New
right
Guinea or something.
off
or-
of French Guiana.
Yeah, French Guiana.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Not New
that
Guinea.
place.
All right. Well, Universe, I think we got to wrap this up because they have a family reunion to go to.
Is,
Hey.
Yeah, where they can plan on all the family members they hate fucking with them real hard.
So you're stuck on an island with Susan.
And there's no
Susan and I'd be
TV.
fine.
And Susan has a satellite with your diary. Show the world.
Whatever, been done already, I'm sure. So
All right. Mark, give us a couple reads. We'll thank our guests, and I'll do a little spiel here.
We are Tom and Mark Off the Rails. Our website is theunipodcast.com. We are on Twitter at Unipodcast. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/Unipodcast. Don't forget to ask Tom anything at asktomanything414@gmail.com. This podcast is available on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, and all your favorite hosting sites. See our website for more details.
All right, and come to our website as long as you're seeing it for more details. And if you're going to buy anything on Amazon, click on it. Help out your favorite podcast. Shop like normal. After you click on it, we'll get a kickback.
We made a little money. We bought some more headphones and some more little pluggy cords to make Tom's soundboard work. So
And we told you, everything we make so far, we're putting right back in the podcast to make it better for you. And let's thank our guests. Hey, thank you.
Yay.
We had a fun. We had a fun. We had a fun time.
just one fun.
So thank you very much, Erika and Alex. And you guys have a free pass. Come back anytime you want, anytime you're in town.
Cool.
And thank you very much, Universe. I hope we got our sound shit under control, Molly.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's gonna be the whole thing. So
Nazis.
That's about right. Too.
excellent, 90 minutes of that. So all right, Universe. Hopefully we fixed everything. Thank you very much for listening, and remember, we're not good enough.
Good day.